Welcome to Office Hours. I'm Steve Drost. We also have Will Kaplan from the Quivr team. And again, Quivr, it is the CRM built by financial advisors for financial advisors, where our objective is simple. How can we help you run your business at peak efficiency? Now, every episode, we tackle a couple of cool items that come directly from our users who are trying to make their life just a little bit easier.
Hey, Steve, speaking of cool items to help our users, you'd kind of given me a little bit of information about something that happened in office hours this last week with Zach, who is a Quivr user
Yeah.
and seems to be sort of an expert on estate planning. And so I was really curious, like, you guys jumped into a breakout room so that you could go in a little bit deeper dive during office hours, but I didn't get to hear about it. I didn't get to see it. So can you tell me a little bit about what happened there?
One of the joys of Quivr growing, right? We got a lot of firms on the platform now. Is at office hours, we finally figured out how to utilize breakout rooms after that 1 week of me looking like I was a little bit technologically inept. But yeah, I took Zach, took him to a breakout room. It was just me and him. He was sharing his screen and going really deep into his estate planning process. Now, most of our users know I still practice. I'm a CFP. Will, you used to practice, but my niche does not involve complex estate planning. The most complex thing I will see in an estate plan is a testamentary trust or something for minor children. Zach's plan, his practice is way different than mine. So when he got into our estate planning module, which is where you're able to track all estate plan workflows, all estate plan tasks, notes, and actually track estate plans themselves, it just simply didn't have what he needed. Like, Will, do you know what a guardianship for a property in the state of Florida is?
Don't. I mean, that's brand new to me. And obviously, I mean, that I know, also it's not something that's in Quivr because we didn't run across it. So it's cool that, yeah, to learn something new.
Yeah, I don't know if he thought it was funny when I asked. Maybe the property's just not 18 yet and it needs a guardian. I don't know. He didn't laugh. I did. Yeah, exactly. I don't know what it is, but one of the beautiful things about Quivr is we are built on Salesforce, and we cannot tell our users no. Zach spent 2 or 3 minutes explaining to me all of these fields that he wants: guardianship for properties, these various complex estate planning topics that are relevant to only a specific or subset number of his clientele. And finally, I just interrupted him. I'm like, hey, do you know how to make custom fields? And he said, no, I haven't gotten there yet. Because he's only been on the system for, I don't know, maybe 2 months or so, 3 months. He's one of our newer users. And
Yeah.
I hit pause and I sent him a link to a video from our community. I said, Zach, go watch this video. It's going to teach you how to make fields. It's going to take you 15 seconds, 30 seconds to make a field. You're going to have no issues. And I told him, just go make all of the fields that you need. And I couldn't tell if he loved that answer or not, but I kept going. I'm like, Zach, if you make those fields, what I want you to do is come back to office hours next week. I'll take you to a breakout room again, and then I will show you how you can customize that layout, that page layout, to match your firm's processes. And then it clicked for him. So he started rattling off all these fields he wanted. I know he's going to go make them. He's a very active user. He posts in the forums and things like that. And I know he's going to come back next week, and we're going to have a pretty cool conversation where I show him how he can leave the quote unquote Quivr page layouts, because a lot of the stuff we have on our estate planning module aren't relevant to him. But he's going to be able to hide that stuff, and he's going to be able to add his guardianship and his complex items, have it all right there so that it matches his firm, right? That component of Quivr, we gave him the base, but he's tweaked it to match his firm. And it's going to take him 20 minutes.
And that's what's so amazing about Salesforce is, like, this is an example using the estate planning module, but you could change the investment module. You could change the asset and liability module. All of these things have that room for customization to tailor it to your practice. We want to get you, 3/4 of the way there, 80%, 90% of the way there, but everybody practices just a little bit differently. And maybe a field that you want is different than a field that I want, but that's the beauty of Quivr. It can accommodate all of that, right?
Then just the way I know you would have thought the same thing, and you probably are thinking that right now. And I'm sure Quivr users that are listening right now are going to think about where I'm going with this next. Is once Zach gets that data into the system, think about all the stuff he can do. Email templates, so he can create an estate plan summary email template, send that to his clients. He can create deliverables through some pretty cool partners out there that we have in the Salesforce App Exchange, where he's going to be able to create estate plan summaries. And it's not our estate plan summary. It's going to have his logo, his fields, or guardianship will be in there if that's relevant to that person. I mean, he's going to be able to do his value adds and his meeting prep almost more or less automated, because he spent 15 minutes.
And not just that, he's going to be able to look across the entire practice to see, like, did one of our attorneys miss this thing because this client's in, like, maybe it's the state of Florida where this guardianship thing is a big deal, but, like, well, wait, this client's in Florida. I could create a report that says, show me everybody in Florida, and if they have this field filled out, and if somebody doesn't, now I've really helped a client.
Yeah. No, it's pretty cool. So I'm excited to see what he does. I know he already started making the field, so I know he's going to come back either next week or the week after and have to do that. But that's great because again, that is what office hours are for. How can we help make our users' lives a little bit easier? But that's a wrap for today. More good stuff as always. If you're a Quivr user, remember, join us on office hours on Wednesdays where we can help you with similar items. If you're like Zach and you're trying to do things or trying to make things slightly different, or just, again, make your life a little bit easier, get to office hours on Wednesdays. And if you're not a Quivr user, it's okay. Everybody makes mistakes. Nobody is perfect, but it's not too late. Get yourself on the calendar. Come see a demo. Come learn what Quivr can do for you because, I mean, it's doing some pretty cool stuff for people like Zach.